14 months ago, I was lost. I was 294 pounds. I was the heaviest I think I'd ever been in my life. At one point, we didn't even own a scale. I just quit weighing myself. I tried some other things. This crazy ass HCG diet. If you're not sure what that is, just Google it and read the first couple paragraphs. It'll blow your mind what I was attempting to do to lose some weight without committing to exercise. It was crazy. My sister sent me the Arthur video on Facebook one day, and I was still a little hesitant. I knew who DDP was, but I tried so many things before. I didn't want to pay for something else that was just gonna sit and collect dust. I'm kind of like Dallas. I kind of believe that everything happens for a reason, and I'm where I'm at right now at the right time, and stuff like that. I bought the program in November of 2012, but my sleep apnea was so bad that I was stopping breathing 129 times an hour. It's scary when you have a wife and kids to be going through something like that. After I got my sleep apnea machine, I was just trying desperately to get my life back, and I was tired of being overweight and out of shape. And I was rolling around on my bed, messing around with my iPad, and my son, who was 6 at the time, walked in my room, and he laid down with me for just a second, and he said, "Dad, I don't want you to have a big belly anymore. I want to go to the park." And he got up and walked out of the room. And right then and there, this little light shined in my mind, and I remembered, my DDP yoga DVDs. And so I took them out after 8 months and looked at the program again, this time with focus. And I decided that the next day I was going to do it. I got up off the bed, took my son to the park, and the next day was June 1st, 2013. And I was a huge DDP fan in the 90s when he was red hot. I mean, who wasn't? But I still remember the first time I saw him. I drove this old pickup, and my dad had a really similar one, so he was really good at helping me fix it and stuff like that when there was little things wrong with it. And they always watched TBS, and it had switched over while we were working on the truck to WCW Saturday Night. And I remember DDP coming out through the chintzy little set they had where the doors open. Sometimes they'd go crooked, and he was wearing pink ring gear, a pink vest, had his crazy long hair. He's wearing sunglasses down on his nose just a little bit, and this big old cigar. And he walks over to the fans, and he puts his hand up like they're gonna high five him, and then nope, pulls it away with a self high five. But it was really, really awesome talking to him. I mean, he's so down to earth considering who he is and stuff like that. And you get an attaboy from somebody like that, especially if they're the leader of your program. And it just, it was just incredible. Totally, refocused some things after that conversation. It was awesome. There's just so many people there that I've become friends with that I've never met in person. And unless you're part of this program, you just don't understand that. How can you care so much about somebody you don't know? Well, it's simple. It's because they're trying to do the same thing I'm trying to do, and that's own my life. I've never stuck with anything except for playing basketball for this long. But that was off and on, and sometimes it was pickup games once a week and stuff like that. Excuse me, stuff like that. But DDP yoga I do 5 to 7 times a week, and I love the way it makes me feel. And the members of Team DDP Yoga, I love the way they make me feel too. And it's just a complete package. He's seriously like a brother to me. We shared an accountability partner, and I said earlier that everything happens for a reason, and that accountability partner fell off the wagon and kind of disappeared for a while, and he's back now, and I wish him well, and I wish him all the success in the world. But Ross reached out to me because we had the same accountability partner, and it brought us together. Kind of started pinwheeling off of each other for support because our accountability partner was gone, and it's gone above and beyond anything that I ever expected from that. He has the Team DDP Yoga Experience podcast. I felt so strongly about that show that when he needed some money to upgrade his account that he uses to store and process the show, I started a Fundly for him. And I just think the world of Ross. We've never met in person, but we talk on the phone a couple times a week, FaceTime, so I kind of feel like he's in the same room as me. That's him texting me right now. He's just the corny old phrase, brother from another mother, just totally fits the mold when you talk about Ross. And I'd do anything for him. Josh McAdoo and AOC journey. And I can't say enough about Josh. He is truly a brother from another mother. Just like Ross. I have a ton of people that I love to death in DDP Yoga. September, Steve Doyle, Travis Roberts, Christina Russell, Liz Collins, Yoga Doc, you have to consider him a member, and so many others. But Josh, I don't know what it is. I guess our crazy minds think alike. We've made some really fun videos, about subjects that we feel are important. People reach a certain point where they lose their motivation. And, a mutual friend of ours, Mikey Mullins, he always says, motivation is a myth. But I don't know if I necessarily believe that. There's certain things in life that motivate you, spouses, children, your own health. Josh reached out to me back in April and was struggling a bit with some stuff, and it just from that one conversation, it just spawned something that it's so rare and unexplainable. And the best comparison I can make to it is the Hardcore Sisters, Christina Russell and Liz Collins. But Josh is my best friend. Him and Ross both have it's spread beyond DDP Yoga, and when real life issues creep up on you that have nothing to do with diet and workout, these guys are there, and I love them to death, and I can't believe I have to wait a year till the 2015 retreat to meet them. I don't know where I'd be. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have the AOC gimmick to use as a creative outlet. And there's more stuff coming. We have 3 or 4 projects that are unfinished that we've been pumping out. And my relationship with Josh has just, I think about myself sometimes and think how crazy it is. But he's my best friend, and there isn't anything I wouldn't do for him. It makes it hard because I live in Oregon, he lives in Alaska, and Ross is in Canada. So, but if there's anything I can do for these guys, I absolutely will. There's some lingering injuries that are clearing up, but the certification process has been incredibly important to me. As of the day I'm filming this, August 1st, 2014, I'm the only person registered in Oregon in the certification process, and that kind of gives me a corner on the market, and there are people here that need this. And my family has totally been supportive of it. My wife, she even does the workouts with me sometimes. My parents are just blown away by the results. I bought my sister the program. I don't talk to her as often as I'd like to, but I'd like to think that she's at least taking baby steps using the program. I don't talk about her much, but I have a twin sister that lives about 4 hours away. We were real close growing up. I love her to death, and she's always kind of struggled with her weight too. And but yeah, family is everything when you're on a journey like this. Well, it's hard to say where the future is going to take me with this. I totally plan on, at some point, this being a full-time job. It's going to be tough because there's no 401k and there's no options for health insurance, but I plan on starting with weekend classes and then go from there. I just want to help as many people in the community as I can. And there's a lot of people where we live that need help. I would love to do live workouts with anyone who can, fit it into their schedule. I've done workouts with Steve Doyle, Ross Raymond, my boy Josh McAdoo, young lady Kristen. We've had 10 people Google Hangout workouts before. It's great, but yeah, if anyone wants to hit me up on Skype or FaceTime or Google Hangout live workouts, Travis Roberts, I've done with him too. I really want to do one with the Hardcore Sisters. They've been promising us one for a while, and I think it's about time we made that happen.